Nemophila have a brand new song, and I am really excited about this. Now, there's a few reasons why I'm excited about this. First of all, my understanding is this is their, if I've been correctly informed, their first song which they've completely produced everything themselves. Now, Nemophila, for me, have been a band, I've said this before, who I feel like they have grown since I first heard them more than any other band I can think of. And this makes me particularly excited because ever since they've become this four-piece, which I know was controversial with some people, I liked the new album a lot. I really enjoyed their latest album, even though it was one of their heavier ones. And usually, I'm not one who usually leans towards the more scream-concentrated songs. I just thought the composition was great. Now, finding out this is their first fully self-produced song, that makes me excited because I'm thinking, is this just more of the confidence that gave us that most recent album? Now, are we getting sort of Apple of Eye just taken to a new level? I don't know, but I'm excited. Maybe my expectations are too high. But the title also is rather interesting. Now, there's some kanji in here that I wasn't 100% sure of, but I was aware that the first bit, like opening flower, like blossoming, which I thought was interesting. So I checked it on Google Translate, and Kaika Sengen, flowering declaration, is apparently how it's how you translate the entire thing. So not only is it like them talking about blossoming, but there's a declaration. There's just a feeling this is something rather landmark. I do believe it has been played live before. I think it has had a live debut, but I have not heard this song. This is my first time hearing it. It's been released today as a studio version. I've gone ahead and I've automatically liked it because, it came out 2 days ago. Holy crap. I got the notification late, but I like this automatically because my like is there to be lost because I am genuinely excited about this. How did this come out 2 days ago? Anyway, let's jump in. Let's check it out. This is new Nemophila. Maybe I'll get a music video, but I just need to hear the audio right now. Let's do this. Okay, we're continuing as we left things off. There's kind of a cool answer quality in there. That's a cool start. That's fun. I like the bouncing rhythm. It's very raw and ready. There's little nuances in there. Hazuki's having fun with this one as well. I gotta be honest, I can't hear the bass as much as I wanted. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh, we're gonna build up some of that tension. Straight back in. That almost sounds a bit Ninga and is. It's kind of anthemic, but in this really raw, stripped back kind of way. That was fun. That was a ton of fun. That was a lot of fun. Okay, this... There's a lot to talk about in this one. First things first, I got to come out and say that I guess I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of jumped into this reaction so quickly. I didn't really have a chance to think about it in advance. I think because it's self-produced, yeah, you're expecting it to be a bit more raw and ready and kind of sound almost a bit more like a demo than, you know, their previous album that's going to have gone through like professional producers and everything. Still, I will say that I think they did a really interesting job of giving this song phases. That tends to be something that a lot of the time bands lose when they have their first go at self-producing stuff, is that, you know, giving a song different phases that really come across in a soundscaping way can be difficult. But I loved how this kind of went into its it had its sort of breakdown before the solo where, you know, you've got those sort of nice echoey guitar picking, and then everything bursts back in. There was a lot of like really cool changes in this song. It developed. It had the little bit at the end where there was the choral backing vocal, la 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 la. Yeah, that all came in across really well. The song had a nice chorus that almost had a bit of a sea shanty vibe. Yeah, it felt like the whole thing kind of had this weird, it's heavy but it's jolly kind of thing going on that I liked. And, you know, again, the funny thing is this is the image I keep on coming back to. Now, again, this was the first image, as far as I'm aware, that they put out after becoming a four-piece, is the way I'm going to word it. And I love this image because to me, this is just like, yes, look, we're happy and we're going to have fun. And I feel like that, this song, this image, they go well together. I feel like they're having fun here, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying seeing Nemophila enjoying their music in a way that's so visceral that it comes through in the song, comes even through in the title. Everything about this really gives the impression of a band who are just having a ton of fun and really expressing themselves super well. Now, if I were to pick holes in it, I think that you can certainly see that there are some areas where having a producer maybe does help. Like, I think that the bass kind of gets lost in the mix here. I felt a little bit sad that I couldn't really make out the bass. It was there, but it wasn't really clear. It was kind of muddied into the lower end of the guitar, which was a bit of a shame. I think when that backing vocal came in, the la 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 la, I think if a producer had been there, the producer would have probably been like, okay, either layer that more so it sounds like more people, you know, either record more layers of that, or sing it with a little bit more energy, because it was kind of weird that the song was really, really heavy, and then the la 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 kind of comes in sounding a little bit soft. I think it was around about here. See, that little bit there, I feel like that either needed to be like more of a powerful thing or just more voices at the same time, because it feels a little bit weird when the song's charging along, but then you got the kind of a very restrained bit in the background. So a bit of an indoor voice thing going on there. So there are like little bits where I think if you had a producer that maybe they'd tweak it, but I think that is kind of countered by just the sheer joy of knowing that this is Nemophila taking that step into self-producing. And you know, the song, the song definitely keeps alive a lot of what I really enjoyed about this most recent album, Apple My Eye. The fact that they will go through multiple sections in a single song. I said before, when Nemophila first started, one of the reasons why it didn't really click for me hugely, and someone asked me recently, what's one band that you feel your opinion has most changed on since they first debuted? And for me, it's Nemophila, because when they first came out, I was just like, it feels just like very normal, you know. I didn't really kind of get much from it, but then you heard sparks of ideas, and then the songs started getting more interesting, and then you'd have albums where the songs were like really different, like Seize the Fate, where it's like, oh my god, there's like really different songs all over this. And then they got to the point with the most recent album where each individual song has about 10 genres in it, which I love that. I love the fact that they've become so good at mashing together all these ideas, and that was not lost on this song. It's a more raw interpretation of that kind of thing, but again, you got lots of different phases, lots of different changes, lots of musical techniques, changes in the rhythm, changes, you know, all the way through. And for me, that makes it exciting, but it still has a chorus that it comes back round to that makes it all rewarding and makes it kind of feel grounded in, the song feels like it's going somewhere. So I thought this was great. Definitely on the raw side. It's not going to be for everyone. It's Yeah, it's not going to suddenly be my favorite Nemophila song, but I think this is both a good, fun song, but also it really gives you a positive indication of a band going in a good direction, a band who are excited about the future and excited to bring you that future, and bring it in a creative way and take as much control over their creative direction as they can. I don't know whether this is going to be the beginning of an ongoing pattern, but even if this is just a one-time experiment, I really respect that they did this, and I think the result was well worth it because that came out really cool. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, as always, get in the comments. Tell me what you think. It's definitely keeping my like, that's for sure. Tell me what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one, Lisa. For now, ciao, ciao.